Tonight, we're uncovering unexpected summer dangers that affect thousands of kids each year and how you can prevent them. On Eyewitness News at 6, we showed you common summer threats like drowning and how supervision, swimming lessons, and life jackets can save a life.
And tonight, we're looking at dangers that are less known but just as deadly. Consumer reporter Susan Hogan talked to emergency room doctors at Hasbro Children's Hospital. She's here with what she's learned in a story you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
Kids are going to crash and fall while they play, and of course they're playing a lot more outside in the summer, but there are some simple steps you can take to reduce the risk of serious injury.
Eric is a typical 10-year-old boy. He loves riding his bike in the summer, fast.
Me and my friend were on our pegs trying to go all the way around the school without pedaling.
But even though Eric always wears a helmet, his thrill ride came to an abrupt and violent end.
My front wheel hit a bump and then my handlebars turned and went in my leg.
But what Eric didn't realize was his handlebars actually impaled him, going right through his abdomen and coming out his leg, narrowly missing vital organs and arteries.
It was just a typical day, you know. You figured they're just riding their bikes just like any other day, and then boom, it happens.
Dr. Hale Wills of Hasbro Children's Hospital was on duty in the ER when Eric was rushed in and ultimately saved his life.
He was very fortunate because if the injury had been an inch to one side or the other, he very well could have had a major blood vessel injury, and he may have not survived to get to the hospital.
Dr. Wills says handlebar injuries are more common than you think.
That's because most kids just drop their bikes on the ground, and what happens over time, this rubber grip that's on the handles actually gets rubbed off and the metal underneath gets exposed.
In cases like Eric's, that's precisely what happened. The metal end of the handlebar was exposed, which made it a worse injury than what he may have had he had the handlebar grips on.
So keep an eye on those handlebar grips, and of course make sure your kids wear helmets and pads. Active kids in hot temperatures can also lead to another summertime risk, dehydration. According to the Centers for Disease Control, children are more prone to dehydration than adults, so remind them to take a water break for each hour of play. Hydrating snacks like watermelon will also help. Another summertime danger, kids getting struck by cars. According to Hasbro Children's Hospital, they see twice as many of these injuries during the summer months than they do during the school year. The CDC says bright reflective clothing can make a big difference even in the daytime. And did you know summer brings a spike in child poisonings each year? The American Association of Poison Control Centers says that's because kids are more likely to be exposed to toxins like gasoline, lighter fluid, kerosene, lamp oil, even bug spray.
Bottom line, supervision and common sense are what's going to mean the difference between a safe summer and a tragic summer. Reiterating the rules to your kids helps too. I'm Susan Hogan, Eyewitness News.
Summertime Dangers continues tomorrow on Eyewitness News this morning.
Susan will be back to dig into the numbers, showing you just how many more injuries happen in Rhode Island when the when the weather turns warmer.